Hi friends. Now let us take up the fourth concept in our training session 1. This is one of the most important concepts in programming studies. Regardless of the language, this is the first and foremost concept. That means every programming student must have clear knowledge about data types and variables, because without using them, they cannot write any program. Unfortunately, according to me, 90% of college students who are studying programming do not know the clear meaning of that. They use it from the program number 1, they use them, but they do not know the clear meaning of that. Being a prospective academia, you should not be in that category. Whatever elements you are using in our program, you must have clear 100% understanding, and you should acquire it in the first instance itself, not in stages, no later business. Whatever element or concept you are learning right now, you understand it perfectly, and then and there you have to apply. Then only you can own that. From the beginning, this owning concept, many times I am telling you. So, in order to make the concept your own, then I explain it from real life examples first, as usual. Thereafter, technically, I explain. Okay, you invited 10 guests to your home for dinner. 10 guests for dinner to your home. And what information you have to give? Your family members have to prepare food, and they have to make other arrangements also. Which information you are supposed to give? That's the first question. Normally, what you say, 10 members are coming, prepare for food. According to me, it is not correct information. Actually, they have to prepare food. If they prepare food for all adult people, certain quantities they prepare. For children, they consume lesser. Babies, they take a different thing, very little. In such case, without just I invited 10 guests, prepare food means it is not correct information, not correct input. Suppose you are studying in a college, I invited 10 of my friends for dinner. Then you need not tell about any categories and all that. Your friends means your age group only. All are adults only. Your family members prepare for them. But if you are calling some family friends for or your colleagues, families for dinner, you should give the correct information. What is the correct information? I have invited 10 guests for dinner. Out of that, 5 are adult people, 3 are children, 2 are babies. This is the correct information. Suppose if it is your case, definitely do that. I need not tell you and all that. If I tell you generally, you may not think of it. If you invited 10 guests, 5 adult people, 3 children, 2 babies, definitely you explain the same thing to your family members. In that way, that is owning. Something is our own, we think in one manner. Something is general, we think in different manner. That is the most reputable thing. It's a matter of common sense. So, this is 3 types. Here you see adults, children, babies. 3 types are there. This why you are following, you know that. Because according to this description, your family members prepare food, otherwise food is wasted. Okay. Number 2, the most important. Container, article and container. In our day-to-day life, we use different types of articles like a pen, cell phone, books, files, laptop, etc. etc. You know that. For every type of article, you use a specific container, suitable container. Am I right? Suppose this is my pen. Where I put? I put in the pocket. My cell phone, I put here. Here. I never put in my briefcase. You never put in college bag. Why you don't put cell phone in college bag means you know that. I need not explain. Where you put your college books? In college bag. We use several types of container, like namely pocket, briefcase, suitcase, trolley bag, backpack, air bag, gunny bag. Like different types of containers are there which are used in the world in day-to-day life. Why different types of containers means I need not explain. For everything, one suitability is there. The suitable container only use. So here first the article, thereafter the suitable container. Okay, you never use same type of container for all the articles. For that it is obvious. I need not explain and I need not waste time. Okay, in the same manner in programming. Let's come to programming. In programming, we use different types of data. Already I explained about the computer program. What computer program does? Computer program manipulates data and gives whatever result we expect, predefined result. For example, let us recall our example. What is our example? Marks report is the example. From the beginning I am giving it. So in marks report what is happening? Actually here 50, 55, 45. Paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. These are your three papers. These are marks percentage in those papers. Okay, these are input items. Thereafter, your program process and generate some result. What is that result? Your total mark. Your total mark you are not entering. Who is doing? Your program is doing. It adds the three, the sum of the three, and gives total marks as 150. Thereafter, one more item also, average marks percentage. Then 150 by 3, 50%. Like if it is a bigger marks report, your grade, etc., and all that. All those data is manipulated. Ultimately, these results are being given. Okay. Here, what are that? First is data. Data. This is data. Once data is manipulated, means you have to understand performing operations. Here, which operation we performed? We made plus. Here, which operation we performed? We made a division. Total marks by number of papers. So, in this context, what is very important? Data. Data is important. We provided data. According to this example, which data we provided? We provide name of the student, class number, roll number, names of the papers, and marks percentage in papers, etc. Items we gave to the program, and program receives it. Program receives it. We type it on the keyboard. Then program receives it. That process is called reading. Reading. Okay. Actually, program receives it. Data is like an article. So, data should be stored, not dumped. Data is stored in computer memory. We know that. Okay. But it is not dumped in the memory. For that, it creates suitable containers. Suitable named containers. So, that is how to understand. For this one example, I give. Suppose your age is there. Your age. What is your age? If I ask you, you tell 22 or 31 or 16 or 17. Always you tell a round figure. Means a whole number. That is mathematically it is called integer. Integer number you tell. Actually, except on one day in a year, your age is not a whole number. On birthday only it is whole number. Remainder is fractional number only. But as a matter of practice, we express our age as our completed years. 22 means 22 completed years. So age. Age what type? Integer type. Integer type. Mathematics, if you already worked in mathematics, you call it as an integer. Integer. And in programming, it is simply called as int. Because it is simplified. And you need not write whole thing. If you write int, it is integer. So your age is 20. Then this happened. 20, this is the not equal to, this is called assignment operator. Why it is called assignment operator? Later I tell you, just to understand that. Because of that, what happens? In memory, one memory container is created. In a computer memory, one container is created. Its name is given age, and 20 is stored here. With reference to this, I explain what is variable, what is a data type. because simply by hearting or learning by theory and all that, you always have abstract idea. You never own it. Now our approach is owning every concept then and there, not tomorrow also. In order to make it own, then I give you the explanation with reference to this, you understand. This is the memory container, named memory container. Hereafter, this memory container is called ACE. Actually, container's name, just you constructed a house. You named it as sweet home. Sweet home. Thereafter, everybody recognize it as sweet home. Understand? That is a container. Your house is also one type of container. So, it is named as sweet home. Hereafter, people are calling it as sweet home. In the same manner, here we are creating a container for storing data, and we name it. Hereafter, this is called variable, and its type is int. That means, what you understand, variable means a named memory container. Again you get it out. Actually, years long you have been using variables in mathematics. In mathematics, what do you mean by that? Variable means a quantity which is subject to change. Suppose a price is there. Price today 9 rupees 20 paise. Tomorrow it is 9 rupees 50 paise. A day after tomorrow it will 10 rupees 10 paise. Like that, what quantity change and all that you call it as variable. Here context is different, and here you understand the whole container, named container as a variable, and its type is int, that is data type. Understand? Okay, now I tell you why it is called variable. Is a different sense. Actually, what was your age previous year? 19. This year what happened? 19 is replaced by 20. Next year what happens? 20 will be replaced by 21. In this context, that means the content, the constant, whatever is there inside, that is replaced with another value. So, in that context, it is called variable. This is a starting concept. Here only computer students programming students get confusion. This confusion is crept up. So, in this manner, you have to understand what is variable, what is data type. Many students ask, what is data type? Then it is a type of data. What is data type means? The type of data is ridiculous. Is it a correct answer? Why you are late means I am late. I am late is the correct answer for why are you late. So, correctly understand. If you correctly understand, you can correctly explain. That point you have to understand. Okay, I extend this concept a little more. Suppose your height is there. Your height obviously it is a fractional number. Your fractional number. So, actually one thing you remember, today your height is exactly 5, but after 6 months it may be 5.1. That's why that's the nature is a fractional number, and it is represented as a float. Actually, in mathematics we call it real numbers. Real numbers means exact number 5.1235, like that exact. That's why we call as a real number. But in programming language, we call it as a float. Why it is float also I tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number is there. Here point is there. It gives some value to that. Point is moved, floated. Then it gives some other value. Point is moved, some other value. It gives point is moved, some other value. So by floating, by moving the point, we are getting a different value. We never use the type of notations in programming. That point you have to understand. So this is float. Then what happens? One memory container is created like this. Its name is height, value is 5.5, and its type is float. This is the variable named memory container. Its type is float. In this manner, actually, in Python, text also frequently used. Your name is nothing but text. So that is represented str. Str means simple form of string. You have to write like that. Name Balu. Actually, whenever you are writing this, then actually it should be enclosed by either single quotes or double quotes. In other languages, you use double quotes, pair of double quotes. As far as Python is concerned, single quotes are enough. If you want double quotes also, nothing wrong. Okay, this knowledge is very much required. What is variable, what is data type. But as I told you already, Python is a wonderful language. It simplifies all whatever possible burden it can reduce, that extent it reduces. Now we see in other languages like C, C++, Java, you have to write like that. But in Python, you need not write like this. You need not write this also. Just suppose age 20. If you put, Python can understand what is the type. How it can understand? If you give whole number, it can understand it is an integer type. If you give a real number, it can understand it is a float. If you give a text, it understands it is a string. In that way, Python is so simplified. It wherever it is possible, in all such places, it reduces your burden. It takes your burden. How your parents take your burden to reduce your trouble or difficulty, how they share and all that. Here, Python takes your burden wherever it is possible. So, of course, first you have to learn in that manner. Thereafter, you have to learn in this way. In this manner, variable, you have to understand what is variable, what is data type.